Growing up on a farm is an experience that shapes individuals in profound ways, and for Jack, it was a way of life that defined his childhood and molded his character. Born into a family of farmers in a small rural community, Jack's formative years were steeped in the values of hard work, perseverance, and a deep appreciation for the land. This essay chronicles Jack's journey from a curious child exploring the fields to a responsible young adult taking the reins of his family's legacy. Jack was born on a crisp autumn morning, the first child of Tom and Sarah, who had been farming the land for over 2 decades. Their farm, nestled in a valley surrounded by rolling hills, was a patchwork of crops, livestock, and the occasional wildflower. As a toddler, Jack was often found in his mother's arms, watching his father plow the fields or feed the chickens. These early experiences instilled in him a sense of wonder about the natural world. From a young age, Jack learned that farming was more than just a job, it was a way of life. He often tagged along with his father, absorbing the rhythms of the farm, the rising sun, the morning dew, and the sounds of animals awakening. His father would explain the importance of each task, from planting seeds to harvesting crops, and Jack listened intently, his curiosity piqued. As Jack grew older, he began to take on more responsibilities. By the age of 7, he was entrusted with small tasks, collecting eggs from the chicken coop, feeding the pigs, and helping to weed the vegetable garden. These chores were not merely chores. They were lessons in responsibility and accountability. Jack quickly learned that the health of the farm depended on diligent care and attention. One summer, when Jack was 10, the farm faced an unexpected challenge. A drought threatened the crops, and his parents were anxious about the harvest. Instead of retreating into despair, Jack observed their determination. They worked tirelessly to set up irrigation systems and conserve water. Inspired by their resilience, Jack took it upon himself to help in any way he could, filling buckets and running hoses. This experience taught him the importance of teamwork and adaptability, essential traits for any farmer. Growing up as a farmer was not without its trials. Jack faced the harsh realities of nature, unpredictable weather, pests, and diseases that could wipe out an entire crop. One particularly difficult year, a hailstorm devastated the cornfields, leaving his family to grapple with the loss. Jack witnessed his parents' heartbreak and learned the meaning of perseverance. They did not let this setback define them. Instead, they worked harder, planning for the next planting season. Despite these challenges, Jack found immense joy in farm life. He cherished the simple pleasures, the taste of sun-ripened strawberries, the sight of newborn calves, and the camaraderie of neighbors coming together for barn-raising events. Family gatherings often revolved around the harvest, joyous celebrations filled with laughter, storytelling, and the sharing of bountiful meals. These moments reinforced Jack's love for the land and the community that surrounded him. As Jack entered his teenage years, the demands of school began to increase. Balancing academics and farm responsibilities proved to be a challenge. Jack often rose before dawn to tend to the animals and complete his chores before heading to school. His teachers noticed his dedication but also understood the toll it took on him. Jack learned to manage his time effectively, prioritizing tasks and seeking help when needed. In high school, Jack discovered a passion for agricultural science. His coursework allowed him to explore farming techniques, soil health, and sustainable practices. Inspired by his lessons, Jack began experimenting with new methods on the farm. He introduced crop rotation and organic fertilizers, much to the initial skepticism of his father. However, as they observed the positive results, Tom became supportive of Jack's innovations. This collaboration marked a turning point in their relationship, as they began to share ideas and learn from one another. The farming community played a vital role in Jack's upbringing. Neighbors often gathered for cooperative tasks, whether it was planting, harvesting, or repairing equipment. Jack learned the importance of collaboration and mutual support. The annual county fair was a highlight of his childhood, where farmers showcased their best livestock and produce. Jack eagerly participated, entering his prized pumpkins and chickens into competitions. These experiences fostered a sense of pride and accomplishment, reinforcing his identity as a farmer. Jack also became involved in local 4-H clubs, which allowed him to connect with other young people who shared his interests. He participated in workshops, learned about livestock management, and developed leadership skills. These activities broadened his perspective, showing him that farming was not just a solitary pursuit. It was part of a larger community striving for sustainable practices and mutual growth. As Jack approached graduation from high school, he faced a crucial decision. He could continue the family tradition of farming, or he could pursue higher education. After much contemplation, Jack decided to attend a nearby agricultural college. His parents supported his decision, recognizing that further education could provide valuable knowledge and skills for the future of their farm. College opened Jack's eyes to a world of possibilities. He studied agronomy, business management, and environmental science, immersing himself in new concepts that could enhance their farming practices. During his time in college, he also interned at various farms, gaining first-hand experience in different agricultural systems. These experiences fueled his passion and solidified his commitment to sustainable farming. After completing his degree, Jack returned to the family farm with fresh ideas and a renewed sense of purpose. He and his father collaborated to implement modern techniques, focusing on sustainability and efficiency. They invested in solar energy, implemented precision farming methods, and explored organic certifications. Jack's vision was clear. He wanted to honor the legacy of his family while adapting to the changing demands of agriculture. The transition was not without challenges. Jack faced resistance from some older farmers who were set in their ways. However, he remained steadfast, engaging in discussions about the benefits of sustainable practices. Slowly, he began to gain the respect of his peers, who recognized the importance of adapting to new challenges in farming. As Jack's confidence grew, so did his aspirations. He envisioned expanding the farm to include a community-supported agriculture CSA program, connecting directly with consumers who valued locally grown produce. With his parents' support, he launched the initiative, offering fresh vegetables, fruits, and herbs to local families. The CSA quickly gained popularity, and Jack found fulfillment in providing fresh food to his community. Jack's journey was not just about farming. It was about creating connections. He organized farm tours, workshops, and seasonal events that invited people to experience farm life firsthand. Through these initiatives, he fostered a sense of community, bridging the gap between consumers and producers. Despite the successes, Jack encountered setbacks along the way. Unpredictable weather patterns, fluctuating market prices, and evolving regulations tested his resolve. There were days of frustration when crops failed or when he struggled to meet demand. However, Jack learned to view challenges as opportunities for growth. He sought advice from mentors, attended workshops, and continually educated himself about the evolving landscape of agriculture. One particularly challenging season brought drought conditions that threatened their crops. Drawing from his education and experiences, Jack implemented water conservation techniques and sought assistance from agricultural organizations. Through collaboration and innovation, the farm not only survived the drought but also emerged stronger. As Jack stood on the porch of the family farmhouse one evening, watching the sun dip below the horizon, he reflected on his journey. He was not just a farmer, he was a steward of the land, a leader in his community, and an advocate for sustainable practices. He understood the importance of preserving the environment for future generations and was committed to ensuring that farming would remain a viable way of life. Looking ahead, Jack envisioned a future where he could continue to innovate and inspire others. He dreamed of expanding the farm's reach, perhaps starting a mentorship program for young aspiring farmers. He wanted to share his experiences, teaching them the values of hard work, resilience, and respect for the land.